of the box. That's where new players get caught. A box can look like an amazing deal. Then you get home and you realize half the models are for a faction you don't even want to play. Now, you don't have an army, you have a Space Marine squad, some bugs, a few dice, and a tiny voice saying, well, maybe I should start Tyranids too. That is how the plastic infection spreads. So in this video, we're going to rank the best Warhammer 40K boxes to start an army based on price and points, and how useful those models actually are your first few games. Now, points and prices can change, so double check current points and store prices before you buy any of these boxes. Now let's dive into ranking these boxes for you. We're ranking these boxes by price, estimated points, and points per dollar, army usefulness, and whether the box works for one player or only works if you split the box. A 2-army box can look amazing because the total points of that box are super high, but if you only care about one faction and the other half sits in a storage bin forever, that value starts falling apart pretty fast. A combat patrol might have weaker points per dollar, but it starts the army you actually want. So the rule is a box is only as good deal if the models inside move you toward the army you actually want to play. So let's talk about the Warhammer 40K starter set. It's one of the best raw value boxes because it gives you 2 small forces in one purchase. You get the Space Marines and the Tyranids, and enough game materials to start learning how the game works. From a points per dollar angle, the box is hard to beat if both armies get used. Now we have 11th edition coming up around the corner. We're going to have Space Marines and Orcs. And from what I can guess, it's going to be pretty high points in that box. But only if you care about those factions. Otherwise, you might want to pass on that Armageddon box. If you and a friend are starting together and one of you wants Space Marines while the other wants Tyranids or the Orcs, this box is great. Split the cost, split the models, and start playing small games right away. But if you want Necrons, Tall, Custodes, some Chaos, or anything besides the Space Marines or Tyranids, this box stops being the obvious winner. So I rank this one for raw value, especially if you split it. But I would not tell every beginner to buy this box. Our second option is the Adeptus Custodes Combat Patrol. It is one of the strongest one-faction boxes for your points value. Custodes are elite, so every model costs a lot more points than others. You're not buying a horde, you're buying a small force where every model matters. For a beginner, that can be very appealing because you don't have to build and paint a mountain of infantry before playing real games. But low model count armies can be less forgiving if you lose a unit too early. It hurts because every custodian model is a major part of your game plan. So this box is great if you want a compact army, strong models, and fewer things to paint. But do not buy Custodes only because the points look good. A good deal on an army you do not care about is still a bad first army. Then we have the Ultimate Starter Set or Combat Patrol Starter Set, depending on what version is one of the best 2-player starts. This is the bigger Space Marine versus Tyranid option, and the biggest advantage is not just the models, it is the terrain. Terrain matters in Warhammer 40K. If you play on an empty table, the game turns into 2 armies standing in a parking lot and blasting each other. Terrain changes your movement, the shooting angel, charging, objective play, where you stage your models, and the board control. So when a starter box includes terrain, that is the part of learning how the game actually works. This box is great if one person takes Space Marines and the other person takes the Tyranids. But if you only want one army, the value depends on what happens to the other half of that box. Now let's talk Grey Knights are another strong points per dollar option because they are also an elite army. You're getting higher point models, fewer total models to build and paint, and a force that can start feeling like an army faster than something with a lot cheaper units. Grey Knights have a specific identity. They are psychic demon hunting Space Marines with Terminator armor, teleporting tricks, force weapons, and a dramatic amount of silver on them. This is what makes the box appealing, but it is also why you should not buy it only because points are good in this box. If you want a compact army with elite infantry, powerful characters, and a strong team, this box can be a great first purchase. Now, the World Eater's Combat Patrol is one of the easiest boxes to explain to a new player. You are angry, you go forward, you charge, you fight. That clear battlefield identity is a big deal for beginners. World Eaters want to apply pressure, fight hard, trade units, and force your opponent to deal with melee threats before those threats hit something important. The warning is that melee armies still need skill. World Eaters still care about movement, terrain, threat ranges, trading, and timing. Quick thing before we hit Space Marines, them bad boys in blue. If you're new to Warhammer 40K and are trying to build your first army without wasting money, this channel is built around beginner-friendly Warhammer help. So subscribe and I'll keep helping you avoid expensive mistakes before they happen. Or not. So now Space Marines. They are the classic beginner army for a reason. They are durable, flexible, easy to understand, and they have answers for almost every part of the game. They can shoot, fight, hold objectives, bring tanks, jump units, terminators, dreadnoughts, and enough kits to make your wallet file a complaint. The Space Marine Combat Patrol is a clean first purchase if you want Space Marine specifically. You just have to be careful because you have so many options with Space Marines. But from a points per dollar angle, it is usually not as strong as Custodians or Grey Knights. That does not mean it's bad, it just means it is more of a clean army starter. So now let's talk about the other side of the spectrum, the Chaos Space Marines. They are great for players who like corrupted armor, dark gods, spikes, demons, traitors, and general lack of workplace safety. Their Combat Patrol is a solid first purchase if you like Chaos. Purchase if Chaos is the army you want. It gives a faction-focused start instead of buying one random character, one tank, and an elite unit, then realizing none of them form a clean list. From a points per dollar angle, Chaos Space Marines are usually normal, not terrible, not amazing, just a solid box. But it starts the army Chaos players actually care about. Now we have the Astara Militarum, or the Imperial Guard. They are awesome if you like the Horde army. You get soldiers, officers, tanks, artillery, military formations, and the feeling that your entire battle plan was approved by someone holding a clipboard in a bunker. It's a pure military army. It is a great army fantasy. But points per dollar can hurt. A lot of guard units are cheaper in points compared to elite army. That means you often need more kits to reach the same points total. So I'd call this a passion pick for you. If you love the guard, buy the guard. But if your only goal is cheapest path to points, this is probably not where I would start. Now we got the introductory set. It's not really an army starter, it's more of a hobby test. If you're a beginner, this is a pretty solid pick. And for the job, it is fine. You get a number of models, basic supplies, and a low-risk way to see if you enjoy building and painting. But if your goal is to build toward a real army, this box gets outgrown really fast. There are not enough models to feel like a proper army foundation. So I like the introductory set for testing Warhammer. I do not like it as a main first buy for building an army. Now let's throw some wild cards in. The Battle Force boxes in army sets. Battle Force boxes and army sets are the wild card because sometimes they are amazing. Sometimes they're just very expensive boxes of, well, technically they do come from the same faction you're looking for, but they may not even help your army grow. They can be great savings compared to buying kits one at a time. But they are more dangerous for beginners because a discount bundle does not always build a balanced early army. So before buying one, ask one question. Would I still want most of these units if they weren't bundled together? Now, battle forces can beat combat patrol, but they require more research. Now let's talk about launch boxes. Mainly the Armageddon box coming up. Launch boxes can be some of the best value in Warhammer 40K for starting the army. For two players splitting the box, they can be incredible. And if one of the included armies is already the faction you want, it can be a strong way to start. But launch boxes also create hype blindness. A launch box is great if you want both factions, if you have someone to split it with, or if you want to move half the other on eBay if you don't need it, or donate to your local game store. It is not great if you buy it because everyone else is excited about it, and then you realize you don't want this army either. Now, hype does not build your army. If you want the best raw value, and you can split the box, the Warhammer 40K starter set is hard to beat. If you want the best one army points value, Custodes are one of the strongest options. Now, Grey Knights are another strong elite option if you like their theme. If you and a friend are starting together and you want a table experience, the Ultimate Starter Set or Combat Patrol Starter Set makes sense because terrain helps the game feel more alive. If you want aggressive and clear battle plan, World Eaters are the strong first army. If you want Space Marines, the Combat Patrol is clean and focused. If you want Chaos, get Chaos. If you want Guard, just know the army is awesome, but you need more purchases to build up your points. For battle forces and launch boxes, use the same rule every time. Do these models support the army I want to build? If yes, great. If no, walk away. The best box is not always the biggest box, the cheapest box, or the one with the most total points. The best box is the one that gets you building, painting, and playing the army you actually care about. Once that first box is picked, the next mistake is buying random units because they look cool and hoping that somehow becomes a 2,000 point army. And listen, we all have been tempted. That tank does look pretty sick, but your army still needs a plan. So if you want help turning your first box into a real 1,000 point Warhammer 40K army, subscribe, because that's exactly where we're going to next. May your dice roll hot.